The Young and the Restless spoilers. Billy was going through the darkest days of his life, and then they realized they needed to try harder than ever. After Sally's decision to end the relationship and move out, the silence in his life became terrifying, an empty echo following him from the bare rooms of the apartment to the polished floors of the Chancellor's. Billy felt that he lacked strength and needed to be strong, to change after Jill's help was gone. Everything turned dark for them. Chancellor became more than just a company. It became proof that he wasn't lost, not broken, not the impulsive, self-destructive younger brother who had suffered an emotional loss. When Billy returned to Newman Media, he had mixed feelings, the longing, and what would make him strong again. He walked as if the universe had finally readjusted its orbit, as if every failure was just a prelude to its inevitable return. He pictured Victor Newman's face upon hearing the news, the simmering unease beneath Victor's stony exterior. Billy had always judged his success by how unsettled Victor, and in his mind, this moment felt like fitting punishment. He told himself he had outmaneuvered the master strategist, that this time the story wouldn't end with Victor standing on the ruins of Billy's ambitions. However, beneath the surface of his confidence lay something fragile, something dangerous dependent on the illusion that momentum equated to permanence. That illusion shattered the moment Jack Abbott appeared. Jack didn't storm in with rage or accusations. Instead, he arrived with the quiet, serious air of someone who had witnessed this pattern all too many times. As the head of the Jabbit and the eldest Abbot, Jack carried the weight of experience like a suit of armor, and he recognized the warning signs in Billy's triumph. He saw in Billy's sharp gaze not confidence but defiance, not stability but excessive complacency. Jack's interruption wasn't loud, but precise, cutting short Billy's exhilaration with a firm assertion of reality. He challenged Billy's tactics, questioning the wisdom of directly provoking Victor in this way, and warning that reclaiming the prime ministership through confrontation might offer a fleeting sense of exhilaration but little long-term security. Jack's tone was firm yet controlled. It was this calmness that irritated Billy most. Billy understood it to be contempt, an attempt to belittle his achievements, and he quickly masked his discomfort with sarcasm. Billy assumed Jack's anxieties were merely wounded pride, implying that Jack was resentful at not being the one to deliver the decisive blow to Victor. It was a familiar defense mechanism, diverting the conversation away from weakness and toward competition. But Jack refused to accept that narrative. He insisted his anxieties were real, his objections stemming not from jealousy but from love and wisdom honed over years. Jack had battled Victor for decades and understood the price of underestimating him. He knew Victor wouldn't simply lose. He would retreat, readjust his tactics, and ultimately retaliate with devastating precision. Jack reminded Billy that victory over Victor was rarely final, and provoking him without a well-thought-out strategy was like lighting a fire in a room filled with invisible gas. Billy listened, not only partially. On the surface, he maintained his composure. His seeds of doubt began to take root in the quiet corners of his mind. Jack's words weren't threats, but reflections, making them harder to refute. He painted a future in which Billy's current victory was only temporary, a scenario where Victor would slowly destroy the Chancellor's gains until Billy was left with only another cautionary tale. Jack spoke of patterns, of history repeating itself when lessons aren't learned, and he challenged Billy to consider whether reclaiming power was truly the same as defending it. For a moment, the arrogance vanished from Billy's face, replaced by a fleeting moment of contemplation. He recalled past failures, past humiliations.